What's good, YouTube? This is Rel2G. Extreme Rules 2012 is history. Let's get down to where it all began. It started off with the United States Championship match, the pre-show of Extreme Rules. Santino Marella went to defeat The Miz, giving him his Cobra. After I said The Miz will probably be the new United States Champion, so I was wrong. Santino Marella gets to live for another day with the U.S. title. On to Extreme Rules we go. The first match of the night was the Falls Count Anywhere match between Kane and Randy Orton. Randy Orton has beaten Kane in a Falls Count Anywhere match. A good match to kick off Extreme Rules, might I add. Good improvisation. Kane doing his thing. Orton doing his thing. It was just going back and forth. Knock him out, sock him out, drag him. It was everything you wanted to see and more. Then the second match was a surprise match. We had Brodus Clay facing Dolph Ziggler. The show off. And this was Brodus Clay's toughest challenge yet, but he was able to beat all odds, even with Hornswoggle in his corner and Cameron and Naomi right there with him. Brodus Clay couldn't be stopped by Jack Swagger or anybody else, even Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me, didn't phase Clay at all. He wins with the splash over the show off Dolph Ziggler. Next match, which is for the Intercontinental title, Big Show, the champ, versus Cody Rhodes. This was a match where the stipulations was brought to you by a wheel of a sort. Earlier during the pre-show, Teddy Long was told by Eve to spin the wheel, and the way that Teddy spun the wheel, like someone from The Price is Right, a pathetic spin, might I add, and it landed on tables. So the Intercontinental title would be on the line in a tables match, and Big Show was laughing it off, thinking that Cody Rhodes had no chance to beat him, and y'all fools were surprised. And I predicted that Cody Rhodes would get back his Intercontinental title, so that would be his second sting as the IC champ. He didn't put Big Show through a table, but he drop kicked Big Show onto the table. His foot slipped and broke the table. The ref saw it, and Cody Rhodes, once again, two-time Intercontinental champion. Even though Big Show had to take out his frustrations on Cody Rhodes after his victory, throwing him into not one but two tables, one in the ring, and then he lifts him up over his head and throws him out of the ring onto the table. Oh man. Then we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. It's Sheamus who's the champ, in the 2 out of 3 falls against Daniel Bryan. The yes, 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 indeed. It was no, no, no for Daniel Bryan. Even though AJ was seen when Daniel Bryan was being interviewed by Matt Striker, but even though she was not involved in this match, I said that she would. This was a good match, I must say. A great match for the coveted World Heavyweight title. Sheamus, of course, won the first fall. It was a brutal first fall match. I mean, Daniel Bryan kicking him all over the place. Sheamus at once, was getting his ass kicked. I mean, from all over the ropes, being kicked in the head, but it was Sheamus who won on a disqualification by Daniel Bryan when he kept on kicking him. The referee was counting. No go. Sheamus won the first fall, but it was even after the first fall that Daniel Bryan was able to continue to pummel Sheamus and put him into the yes lock, completely knocked out Sheamus, and Daniel Bryan able to win the second falls. Now the ref is trying to get Sheamus together, thinking that Daniel Bryan's going to have a clear victory and all this. So Daniel Bryan got the brogue kick, not once, not twice, but 3 times to Sheamus. And all at the end, It was the Bro Kick that proved Daniel Bryan wrong. Sheamus is a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion as he retains his title at Extreme Rules. Then we get WWE Championship match. It's CM Punk versus Chris Jericho in a Chicago street fight. And what a fight indeed it was. Jericho and Punk giving the fans in Chicago what they wanted to see and more. Brutal candlesticks. And when he was just steel chairs all over the place. It was going back and forth, code breaker, and you go to sleep. Punk tried to do it a couple times, but to no avail. But it was at one point in the match that Jericho was placed onto the announce table, and CM Punk was on the top rope, thinking he was about to fall off the first time. Or the second time, he was able to get his balance, and he took that elbow drop and just smashed it right into Chris Jericho's chest. Very epic, and it was very well hanged. Indeed, that was some OMG of the night. Even the beer was involved. Spilled it on CM Punk at first, went down and got another beer, and he drunk, and that's when CM Punk went ballistic. But he was able to retain his title against Chris Jericho, and what was a fight that no one thought that Punk would win. I already knew that Punk was going to win this match, because now, when will the end of the world be for Chris Jericho? Was that just a fluke of a promo? With his sister and his mother and his family and friends all over there, CM Punk gets the win over Chris Jericho. Then we get a Divas match. We all thinking Beth Phoenix is going to be the match. Going to be facing Nikki Bella, but that didn't happen. Eve told Beth Phoenix that she was not medically clear to wrestle tonight, so unfortunately Beth Phoenix was not able to get her rematch clause for Nikki Bella, but she gives her a match and is a surprise guest. So when they get to the ring, find out it is the return of Layla. Layla, after a year-long wait, she injured her knee last year. It was so severe that she was knocked off the shelf for a year. Now she's back, athletic and just dazzling at all. So it was the switcheroo, like I predicted Nikki and Brie would do, but it backfired into a net breaker, so to speak, on Brie by Layla. Layla is the new Divas champion. Congratulations to Layla as we welcome her back. Everybody has been talking about this, and they're probably still talking about it right now. It is the Extreme Rules match. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. And I said that John Cena would beat Brock Lesnar, and he did indeed. But it all started off with a big old knockdown, drag him out. Lesnar started where him and Cena had already begun back on Raw 2.5 weeks ago. The fist was up, but the elbow to the head of Cena busted his head wide open, enough to stop the match. Cena was bleeding all over. Brock brutalized John Cena, and brutalized him to the point that Cena was hurt in every way, shape, or form. Hurt in his left arm, hurt in his leg, hurt in his head. And I must tell you, you folks may hate Cena and you're wondering when he's going to turn to a heel, but I have to give John Cena credit for where credit is due. He put up a fight with Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar did not see that coming from the C Nation leader. It was Brock Lesnar going to the well too many times. Cena was able to captivate him. Even at one point, Brock Lesnar wrapped Cena's chain and padlock around his leg so he wouldn't get up, and he had him held up against the rope, and it was just crazy. You must see this to believe this. Cena was beaten the shit beat out of him by Brock Lesnar, but it was at the end. Even the referee kind of got knocked out a bit, and Brock Lesnar dragged the referee, just lifted him up and threw him into that ring, just saying all kinds of things. So it was what it was. John Cena putting Brock onto the top of that steel step in the ring, just leaving him out, hitting him with the chain and padlock. It was crazy. And Cena, I'ma say, did get F5 by Brock Lesnar. Cena got out of it. But it was Brock Lesnar who could not captivate Cena's attitude adjustment onto the steel step. And he beats Brock Lesnar. None of you seen it coming, but I did. It was Edge who pumped Cena up for this match. He says, I'm not asking you to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm telling you. And he did just that. So John Cena has defeated Brock Lesnar. And after the match, he tells the fans in Chicago that he may get in trouble and all that. He's hurting in his arm and his leg and his head. And if he has to take a vacation, so be it. But as much as he don't like Chicago, but he says that Chicago is a wrestling town, and he gives big ups to the fans of Chicago for believing in him, doing what he did, and he gives the fans one more salute, for we may have seen John Cena out of wrestling for quite a while. We have to wait and find out when we get to Raw tomorrow night. Oh, there was one other match I forgot to mention. Ryback. Yes, Ryback made his WWE pay-per-view debut at Extreme Rules, facing two Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity wrestlers who I do not know, I do not care. He annihilated each and every one of them and putting one on top of the other. It was Ryback with a victorious 2-on-1 handicap win over the Pootanes of whoever those wrestlers were. So that is how Extreme Rules went down tonight. I have to say, this Extreme Rules was the most anticipated Extreme Rules in the history of WWE, with Brock and Cena giving it to all of us, and the fans on pay-per-view and the fans online, the fans in the WWE universe got to say, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. What did you think about Extreme Rules? What you didn't like about it? Subscribe to this channel. Post, rate. You can follow me on Twitter at overrated_rel. And my second channel on YouTube will be up and running tomorrow. That is RellyRel267. This has been a WWE Extreme Rules review. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.